Hey beautiful people, welcome to day 8. How are you all feeling? Day 8, growth, gratitude and goals. It's something that I absolutely love. And I'm pretty excited to tune into this energy with you all. The triple G, I like to call it. And I found these elements as a part of my life are really powerful practices for my own personal growth, but also for the growth of everything around me. So goals I'm going to start with. So goals have been something that I have personally always set. It's been something that I've always had this desirability to want to achieve certain things. And back in the day in high school and for the first few years out, I had like daily goal lists. I had weekly, I had monthly, and I also had yearly. So year ones were obviously bigger goals. And I would just be crossing them off. And it made me feel really good. It was a lot of action and a lot of doing. It could be something as simple as that I wanted to, if I was going to the gym, I wanted to lift a certain weight. If I was playing touch, I wanted to make a certain team. I had goals like that I wanted to spend more time with family. I had goals that I wanted to spend, like, hang out with my brother properly once a week. Like, it can be anything, absolutely anything. Until one day I actually stopped creating goals. And the reason I stopped creating goals is because one of the goals that I had set for myself, I felt I didn't achieve. And I'm going to go into that. And what actually that created for me was a lot of fear around taking risks and going after what I wanted. So some of you may have similar things with similar stories around having fear around wanting to go after something out of the fear of not actually achieving it. So my goal was to move to London and to live in London and to work in London. And I didn't necessarily have a particular time frame, but I had, I guess, an expectation and a set idea of how that was going to be. And when I got unwell when I was in London, I just didn't understand why nothing was working out how I wanted it to work out. So it brought up a lot of feelings of pretty much why I've created this course is feelings of not being good enough, not feeling worthy, not loving myself. And it brought up a lot of shame and guilt and emotions that just didn't feel very good. And I was super, super, super hard on myself. So goals to me actually became a really fearful and it just wasn't something I enjoyed anymore. So it took me probably 2 years to actually get back into writing goals, and all because I felt I had failed. So I'd set this goal of what I wanted to achieve in London. I wanted to work on catwalk and do a lot of cool stuff with what I do with hair, avant-garde hair. And I didn't quite get to do that. But when I got there anyway, it actually wasn't what I wanted. And I knew that, but I still tried to achieve the goal because it was on my list. And I come home really defeated, really worn out, and really, really just heavy and flat within my own heart. And I'm sure you've all experienced that on some level with something that you've wanted to have achieved and maybe haven't yet. And yeah, my relationship with goals really changed. Now when I set goals, they're really intentional. They're really like, is this something that's serving my higher purpose, or is this something that's serving my ego, or am I running away? Or I really tune into the intention behind why I set these goals, and I make them really achievable, because there's no point setting yourself up for failure. Like, you know, if you want to buy a house and you need a certain amount of deposit and you want to do it in 2 months' time, like, that's not an achievable goal most of the time. Like, So be really gentle with yourself and give yourself space. Like, give yourself time with these goals. I feel like that impatience comes in again when we set goals. So, really tune into for 2018, what are some goals that you'd like to achieve? It may be that you just want to be able to move daily. It may be some of these really simple intentions that we've covered over the last 7 days, just to really cultivate the practice of goals, because goals don't have to be big. It can be really simple stuff. It could be that you're going to join a new sporting team. It could be that you want to play a new instrument. It could be anything that you desire. But don't set them up in a time frame that is going to bring up more feelings of self-worth and failure. Like, it's something that I think as humans we do. We actually set ourselves up not for success but for failure, and it's then rewrites our pattern of our own self-worth, and it's really silly, but I see all humans do it in some capacity. We rewrite a pattern and like redrive that feeling that we already have about ourselves. Oh, well, if I haven't achieved that, it's because of this emotion that I already feel towards myself, or it's because I'm not good enough. That's why I haven't achieved it. It's like, well, no, have you actually set out a time frame to do it in a realistic manner? So I hope that helps with your goal settings, because it's something that's just really powerful. Even just write goals on how you want to feel. How do you want to feel? Script it out. Write it out. Like, what do you want to embody for this year? Write out a script for the year of how you're going to feel, and read it every day, or like record it, of how you've already felt for the year. So what you want to already feel. So that's a really powerful one. Which, where the gratitude practice comes in too, is gratitude is such a powerful activator in your spirit and your soul. And gratitude is just a really high vibration energy, and it really transforms your being, but also your days. So even especially in situations which can be perceived by ourselves as negative, because everybody's got different perceptions of what negativity or what a bad experience is, bringing gratitude into that, is really powerful. I walk around the river, and sometimes with a girlfriend we just speak it out loud, like, I'm grateful for the clouds, I'm grateful for the sun, I'm grateful for the lizards. I wasn't grateful for the lizards yesterday, might I add. But yeah, like, really bring that gratitude into your practice and to your days. And speaking them out loud is really powerful, but also writing them down and journaling them. So even just every morning, if you get up, 3 things, just write 3 things as soon as you get up. Just before you go to bed, write 3 things before you go to bed. And the other thing you can do is you can create a really powerful list. So I had a goal for 2018, which was to write 1,111 things I'm grateful for the year. And I don't know if that was realistic, but I'm sure I can create it, because you've really got to, once you get into that space of, past the first few hundred, you're just like, what else can I actually look at with a different perspective or a different perception and be so grateful for? What else can I call in gratitude for? What else can I attune to with this gratitude energy and be like, oh, I'm so grateful for that. I'm so grateful for that. That can be, as I said, having a roof over your head, having family, having beautiful children. Some people can't have children and wish they could. Finding the gratitude in your children, finding the gratitude in moving your body. Like, I'm grateful for my liver, I'm grateful for my heart, I'm grateful for my lungs, and actually fully embodying and expressing what you're grateful for is incredible. Absolutely incredible and life-changing. So whether you do it out loud or journal it down. And where the growth comes in is really witnessing and honouring your growth. I feel like in such a fast-paced world, we sometimes forget to stop and smell the roses and actually allow ourselves to acknowledge our growth and acknowledge how far we've come. even just in these last 7 days, like sit back and watch in awe at what you've learned about yourself. Like, that's incredible. You chose to be here. You said yes to be in this vessel. And there's so many people that didn't say yes to it, that haven't got the growth that you have. That's in everything. That's in all parts of life. That's in relationships. So marvel at the growth that you have received by actually allowing yourself to receive it, by allowing yourself to grow. You know, we're human beings. We're here to learn and to grow. But we also don't find gratitude in, achieving our goals. You may have achieved something that you're super proud of yourself, but you just move on to the next thing. A lot of the time, we don't actually stop and just be like, I just did that. How awesome am I? Like, we seem to have these rites of passage if, you know, we have school and different things, but and uni and, you know, the main things, but we don't seem to have these rites of passage of celebration for the small things. Not even small things, they're big to you, they're massive to you. You know, celebrate your relationship, celebrate that you're single, celebrate your marriage, celebrate your children, celebrate all that you are and the growth that you've received on being a mother. For the beautiful mothers out there, do you ever stop and actually just marvel in the magnificence of being a mother? Or for being in an incredible partnership, or having an amazing husband. Or ladies, have you ever just marveled at the fact that you may have been in a relationship and now you're single? Have you marveled at how much strength that you have by being the woman that you are? Like, look at that growth. Some people don't choose that growth, and we've all got different growing, we've all got different paths, and just our growth is phenomenal. And I think it's really important that we really acknowledge growth for starters, but also bring gratitude practices into that, and bring in the goal setting in that. Goals are really important. You know, really successful people, they're looking at their goals every single day, and they're a real catalyst in achieving them. You know, 80% of people, I'm reading a book at the moment, 80% of people will never write their goals down, and they never achieve them because they're not written down. So I've just personally, from in my life, my life experience, that goals have been really important to me, but I also recognize that they're not the be-all and end-all, and that if I don't achieve something, that's not failing. That's a new level of growth, that I learnt something, that I can find the gratitude in that perceived negative experience. So that's why I put the triple G's together, because I think they're all a catalyst for each other. And I encourage you to explore that. And I would love to hear whether you've got some goals, or your experience with goals, or if you have a gratitude practice daily. And even if you want to share some of your growth with me, even if it's just over this course, this immersion that we're doing, or just what you've learned about yourself so far in 2018. I just would love to hear it. This is it's fun, it's light, it's playful. Like, you can really witness yourself and just go, wow, I'm doing pretty good. Be gentle. Like, we do so many things that we don't recognize as great, that we don't recognize as an amazing thing, that I think we need to start giving ourselves some credit, and start giving ourselves a little bit of slack, and being gentle to our own hearts, and just being like, you know what, I'm going good. So I would love you to call in that energy today, because I know many of you through this have struggled through some emotions, which is perfectly normal, but I really would love you to give yourself some slack today. Be gentle with your own heart, and bring gratitude for who you are, for your body, for your vessel, for your mind, for your soul, for your spirit, for the skin that you're in, and really, really attune to that energy of you. Triple G. Woo! I will see you tomorrow on day 9. Enjoy your afternoon, beautiful baby.